that I can talk about women and volunteering. I'm a volunteer, full-time volunteer. I've got women volunteers, and they're sitting in the back row over there with me. We in 2006 wanted to actually bring some community spirit, some community cohesion, you know, all the buzzwords, empowerment, everything back to our little estate, which is just over the road, Seabrook Rise and Grays. So we decided that we needed a little facility where we could meet. People didn't want to travel here to the council offices, didn't want to go to the beehive, but we needed something on the estate. So we hired in 2 green quarter cabins and we worked out there for a year. We managed to hold 3 clubs during that time. We were then like a little community hub. People came in to see the ward counsellor surgeries, they came in to see the police, they came to find out what we was all about. We've grown since then, and now we're now 2012, and we've actually got a modular cabin which can hold up to 35 people at any one time. So there's a hall, there's an office, toilet and a kitchen facilities. We now have the only youth club in Grays running out of there. We have the only children's cookery club, we have the older person's lunch club, we have Mini Mayhem Club, which is a youth club for younger children, and lots more. But what I wanted to say really was that we're all women. We started these clubs, we're all mums. We wanted to do something. We can't keep relying on everybody else to do these things for us. So as women, as mums, we all came together. We can run a children's club, you know, we can get these CRBs, we can do that. We've got the experience. So we've done all that. During that time, we've trained ourselves. We've all got CRBs, we've all got child protection training, we've all got basic food and hygiene certificates. We've gone on to do lots of other training. We, especially with the council, the tenant participation team, a lot of us sit on their excellence panel. So we've actually empowered each other and been inspired as well. We're going on to bigger and better things. We realised that the way forward in the community on the shop floor is through food. Everybody likes food, everybody needs food, so we've actually opened a community cafe and we run that 4 mornings a week. We're providing good quality food at a good low price. That so far has raised over £700 and we're putting all of that into our Olympics fund because we're going to do a 2-week Olympics R Us fund for the whole fortnight, all free for everybody. A lot of women come over to have a cup of tea, you know, what you're doing, how can I help, Monty? Wash, I've got you. You're then encapsulated and they never let you go. It's really good fun. We are a group of women. We do have our ups and downs. We do like to gossip and to natter, but on the whole, we really have fun, and we've all grown so much. Some of the women that came over just would say hello, wouldn't say a dicky bird. Now they run their own clubs. Some of the older people wouldn't come out of their houses, you know, they're a bit frightened. Now they come over, whoa, we want this and we want that. So it's been really good fun. So if you're thinking about volunteering in any shape, way or form, please do it. It's good fun and it's really, really rewarding. And sorry, that's all I wanted to say.
I checked it again just now and I'd put Happy International Day. So I'd forgotten the crucial word women. So I'm thinking, oh gosh, I'm going to get some stick for that when I get home later on. So thank you very much for the council for inviting me. It's always very hard when you come into an area that you actually don't know very well. So hopefully I can just really impart some views or some sort of reflections really of my own journey and some of the work that I'm involved with. I do have some slides and I hope you can see them okay. And my friend over here, we're going to try and do this as seamlessly as we possibly can. I thought it was better to do slides because I tend to otherwise go off on all sorts of different tangents and I didn't really want to do that. Obviously we don't really have the time for me to talk for England. So yeah, if we go on to the first one. So really just to say what I'm going to do today, just to introduce myself a bit, just to talk about a bit about what I'm doing. As I said, it's really a conversation or reflection really rather than me kind of talking at you, and hopefully at some point we will have time for questions and a discussion. I am going to bust some myths, as they say, hopefully, and also to talk mainly about women, but I will digress just a little bit and just talk generally about a few things that I think are quite important for all of us to be talking about in the times that we're living in good old Great Britain. As I said, there will be time for questions, hopefully, and really just to keep our hearts and minds open on a day like today. And you know, I think it's really, really important that the council are putting this on the agenda, and I did actually forward the programme to my own local authority and ask them in very stark terms, why aren't you doing anything like this? And I didn't really get a very good response yet, so I'll wait and see what they say. So, yep, just on to the next one. So I was born in Chertsey in Surrey and grew up there. I didn't grow up as a Muslim, I actually converted in 1995. I now live in Slough, and Slough is one of those places, actually a bit like Essex, which gets a bit of a bad PR, has a bit of an anti-Slough PR campaign going on, certainly on TV, and I think Essex does as well. So maybe we need to do some good PR exercises together to make sure that we're not seen in quite such a bad light. Slough's not really as bad as everyone makes out it is, and I'm sure Essex isn't either. I'm married, I have 4 children from the ages of 14 down to 6, so I'm very busy as a working mum, you could say, and certainly some of the issues that have already been flagged up around flexible working and equality. I know in my own household, however supportive my husband is, a lot of the kind of key issues around childcare and things still actually come down to me. So I think as a country we still have a long way to go when it comes to some of that. I mainly work with Muslim women, Muslims, and certainly with Muslim women, and set up my own sort of local charity a few years ago. Now I'm working in a national organisation as the executive director, and I suppose there and then maybe that busts some myths straight away of some of the things that people may think about Muslims, or certainly Muslim women, and wouldn't necessarily expect to see me as the executive director of a national organisation and a woman. So let's move on to the next one, which is to ask you all a question. And according to the 2001 census, what percentage of the UK population is Muslim? Can you just go to the next one? I'll just give you some options. Does anybody know the answer? Anybody feeling brave enough? And certainly I think when you are, actually probably bombarded pretty much now on a daily basis with something in the news about Muslims, often about women, and all sorts of other issues, you may be forgiven for thinking that the percentage is actually a lot higher than it is. Does anyone want to be brave enough to say what they think it is?
I would say 3%.
Yeah, it is. It's 3%. Very good. Well done. I haven't got a prize, otherwise I would have given you a prize. It is 3%. So that means what? 97% of the population are not Muslim. And sometimes, as I say, we're bombarded, it seems, and we certainly feel that there's a lot out there, but the percentage of